You know, as we all know, we're constantly being lectured, are we not, by Meghan and Harry about being truthful and, of course, in search of the truth. In fact, as Prince Harry now gears up to go back to court over here in the United Kingdom, he recently spoke, as I've pointed out, with the New York Times, all about it wasn't about him. He was just literally being the firefighter to find the absolute truth. So it's fascinating to think exactly how this particular escapade, alongside the police department and the former royals known as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Let me explain. Morning, nice to see you today. Thank you so much for taking the time out. It is a funny thing, isn't it, though? We've found this many times with people, have you not? They're always sort of saying, oh, you know, we have to be honest and transparent. And it's a bit like the government over here. Keir Starmer, Angela Rayner, Rachel Reeves, all receiving, of course, free clothing worth thousands of pounds, while you know, could be looking in the charity shop thinking, will this jumper do for winter? But of course, you know, they're not, well, they just misspoke. They didn't detail the truth, did they? And that's part of the problem that's really been the ongoing battle for the former royals known as Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Seemingly all the time they can't really recollect what the truth is and what is the reality. Right from the fake wedding with the Archbishop of Canterbury to Meghan suddenly remembering that she'd really helped out on that discriminating, of course, terrible biography with her chum where she'd got Harry, yes, never Meghan, Harry to deliver certain notes to make sure that she was portrayed in the right light, you can understand. But I think there was no more bigger sort of strange story that really had no basis of truth than this one. You see, cast your mind back to when they went over to New York City. Remember the infamous gold dress, the Hertz arrival door, all that sort of stuff, alongside her mother, Doria Ragland, to pick up yet another award. And this is really important to remember this bit, you see, because the award apparently was going to be this great ground-changing thing. And there again, you know, Harry clapping like a seal at his wife, thinking she's done marvels, all that sort of stuff. But really, all that was overlooked, if you remember, because of this stupid escapade. This was, of course, the alleged chase around Manhattan in New York City by sort of photographers. And what was really imperative to this particular story, as I mentioned before, was the fact that in the back of the car, you've got, of course, Doria Ragland just simply looking at her phone, Meghan Markle looking straight ahead, and Prince Harry with his digital phone out the window, taking this alleged 2.5-hour car chase, 2-hour car chase, whatever, through Manhattan. Now, if you remember, their chum went on international television to say that it was catastrophic and all of this sort of stuff. It literally created a media storm, including the mayor of New York, who had to go on and virtually say he found it impossible himself to see how they were chased around for 2 hours in such a traffic condensed area. But they ploughed ahead. Now I can tell you officially, yes, all of these months down the line, the New York City Police Department, given the fact that despite repeated requests, allegedly, to Prince Harry for the footage from his phone to basically, you know, prove what went on, they've given in. You know, it's a case closed now. Now, you would have thought you might have hung your head in shame, of course, but they choose these people and interview them, like the man recently at the New York Times. He failed to ask all of those leading questions because it was all about Harry being aggrieved. But what about the stories on the other side? Surely, if they're always in search of the truth, as that particular journalist said, wouldn't it be really interesting to put Harry on the spot, literally on the stage, and ask him about that? Where was the proof in that? But of course, it's not an agreed deal, is it? As for the New York City Police Department, they don't want to speak anymore about it. They've drawn a line under it. And as far as they're concerned, well, you can imagine what they truly think. Either way, you can file this under another misdemeanor from Harry and Meghan. But what an embarrassing one. Neil Shawn in the very heart of London.